Hello everyone, and welcome to Hitman Blood Money, the game in which we play a chameleon professional killer, and given nothing more than a set of open levels, a set of tools, and the freedom to eliminate our target in whatever manner we see fit. There are many, many solutions to each level, and I feel like it's the perfect blend of really needing to follow a rigid structure while also allowing for a lot of player expression and creativity. That's the fun of this, and if you've never heard of these games somehow, well, you'll see what we mean as I play. Alright, we are going to play on normal mode, and I'm playing on my old save where I already have the entire game unlocked. Now, I guess not the entire game, but that's alright, the levels we're going to be playing here are already here. Now, I've actually been playing this game for a really long time. I was smitten with it from the time it came out. But how does that relate to the channel? Well, here's my thought. I've mentioned a few times that I think there's a certain kind of self-fear in knowing that we're this predator, that we're the thing walking among everyone else, where if they knew what we were, they would be absolutely terrified.
Hello, 47. Your next target's in Chile. His name is Fernando Delgado. Used to be a colonel in Pinochet's intelligence service. Now he's running a cocaine factory under cover of a vineyard. Satellite imaging suggests the lab is underground. Fernando's son Manuel is on the coke trade, so to make it look like a drug hit, you'll have to take him out too. We'll get you in with a pensioners club from Santiago for the big celebrity unveiling of Delgado's new wine label, named for 80s B-action star Rex Stanton. There'll be at least one TV crew on hand, so keep an eye on them and their cameras. Delgado's got a seaplane, and that may be your best way to get out in a pinch.
So, as you can see, and first of all, I'm sorry that this is so small. I had to download a widescreen fix in order to play this in 4K and not completely screw things up. But this is a great starter mission because we've got two targets in the middle of a crowded party. And so we're going to have to work out, how do we take these guys out without drawing attention to ourselves? And we want to leave no trace. So there's also the problem of avoiding the sight of a camera crew watching the whole thing. It's going to be really high profile, so we need to make sure we are quiet and professional. The only weapon I usually bring to these things is a suppressed silver baller. So that looks good. Also, we can upgrade using money from our other jobs. We can also upgrade using money from our other jobs, and we've already got the silencer type 1 and the low velocity ammo. Can we get more? 2 extra clips and expands all clips, not really necessary. A laser sight. Yeah, I don't know if any of this really helps us. I think just being quiet is all we need. Right? The thing is, when you do things right, your setup can actually be fairly minimal. We've already got a lockpick and a padded suitcase. See, we have all kinds of things that can allow us to better absorb damage or fight large groups of enemies, but I've never played that way. It's never been interesting to do it that way. And actually, the end of the mission will reflect that, but I'll show you what I mean in a bit. So, with only our most basic equipment, and that's just in case, let's get started. So here we are at the party. Unfortunately, we don't have an invite, and we're not exactly dressed for the occasion either. So that guy over there is not going to let us in so easily. I'm sorry, it is going to be very hard for you to see the HUD, but in the bottom left you see that red bar is my health, and the bar next to it that is currently not filled is my detection meter. So one of the key features of the Hitman games is regarding what we're going to do right here. So let's catch up with this guy as much as we can. and be ready with our sedative. The difficulty is in getting close enough before he turns around, and boom. Now, he's not dead. Remember, we are trying to be as professional as possible with this, which means we're gonna actually be considered less so if we kill anyone who isn't the target, more so the more we do. So we're going to drag this body and bring him around the corner over here. What's so cool about this game is that they basically just present a scenario for you, and that scenario presents all kinds of obstacles and opportunities to stand in your way. There are so many different ways you can do each level. And so a big part of it is just trial and error. You will fail many, many times. But over time, you'll kind of work out your path, work out different paths, and figure it out. Just close that behind us. And just like that, we're in. So if we come this way, we can see the event being held here without suspicion. But I'm kind of keeping an eye out. See over there, I see a press vest. I don't see anyone holding a camera right now, but out here is probably not where we want to be. No, we need to find our target, and I am going off of a decent amount of memory. I'm gonna save here, however, it depends on the difficulty, but we have to use our saves strategically. So on normal, we get 7 saves per mission. Here, that's no problem at all, but in some missions, especially the bigger ones, that can actually be kind of limiting. So we come up here. I can see a guard standing there. We could hop the wall. I don't want to be seen at the party. And like I said, I'm going a fair bit off of memory. And I seem to remember that what we saw over there, that guy's uniform indicates that he's the next tier of guard, like inner circle. So this uniform does not permit me to go into the house. By telling you all this, I'm skipping a lot of the trial and error that would normally happen, but I just can't help that I remember this game quite well. And see, you know, me just kind of walking around in plain sight, even checking in on the party for a bit. I think... Oh, are you dozing? I think you're dozing. Okay, so hopefully that means that we can do stuff in front of you without having to worry about it. Does that mean that you'll be fine with me doing this? He's getting up. Is he getting up? Is he getting up? Quick, quick, quick. Get on the thing. Oh, you got me. Okay, and you're running to tell somebody. See, you won't just immediately start shooting, but it is suspicious, and now somebody's gonna come tell me to get lost, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload there. There we go. And this time, let's try to be a little bit quicker about it. Oh, look, you're standing up. Okay, I get the idea. So when that guy comes out, you are aroused from your slumber. Basically tells you to stop being lazy and get back to work. But as soon as he leaves, you're back to dozing. Now, the way we can just walk around in plain sight like this, if we have the right disguise, the way I even stopped to check in on the party. So this time we're gonna try and be a little bit quicker about it. Let's get here, and as soon as possible get inside. And this time, he saw nothing. Thing is, I'm pretty sure we're still not supposed to be here, so I'm going to drop the shotgun. I have no use for it. And let's try and get a feel for what's going on. If we come to a door and crouch, we can look through the keyhole. You're right here. Question, will that guy down the hall see? I open the door like that. go for my other sedative and go, or, yep, you saw me. And now you want me to leave. Well, that's another restart. If I come out through here, I can creep my way downstairs. What does this give me access to? A big part of this is exploring. Ooh, that looks like an armory. Door's normally locked, but we can pick said lock. Can we use the sedative on you there? Wait. It may not matter. You left the uniform right here. Excellent. Okay, we are in now. So we can come over here. Let's make sure we look the part. I don't think it actually matters. But we can pick up an SMG. And go to work. It's all about finding these little opportunities, these little holes in security for you to exploit. And then you tear those holes wide open. Yep, hello there, just another guard on patrol. And we've gone from being a total stranger outside to walking around in the inner circle. And that's why I actually think that this game actually fits so well into the creepy and comfy genre. Because I think that there is a certain kind of self-induced fear in knowing that we are a predator, that we are something dangerous. It's a good thing everyone else in the world is a muscular person with short or no hair. But I hear that violin playing. And I think we have our man. Oh, you noticed me do that. Okay, so that's not the way we do this. Alright, so, reminder to self, guards actually do have peripheral vision in this. Getting the suit seems like a good place to put a second save, and of course you always want to stagger in a game like this in case you completely screw things up, because if you do, that's kind of on you in this game. Alright, so now the question is, how are we getting into the rooms in the top hallway? Answer, maybe there's a staircase on this end we can exploit? This is some kind of storeroom. Could potentially use it. Yeah, learning the layout of the house will make things a lot easier. You feel like you're kind of following me around. You see that little green bar, he regards me with just the slightest bit of suspicion. That's pretty much always there. There's a staircase here. How far down does this go? All the way down from the look of it. Howdy, partner. Ah, the wine cellar. Okay, well, since we do apparently have to escape through the plane that I remember is down this elevator shaft, maybe we should call it up and just see what we're working with. I do believe that is one of the targets. And this is the secret cocaine lab that they're both running. Okay, where are you going? Don't mind me, I'm just your loyal bodyguard. Oh hey, look at that, you've got a secret space. But you're among company. Sometimes you just have to observe their routines for a while. Oh, you're gonna stop here. and do a line of cocaine. You're like, dude, why are you standing so close and watching me do this? Well, I'll tell you what. If we were to get you right now... Come on, walk past. Oh, you're investigating the noise of me dropping the gun. Yep, you know me, I'm so clumsy. You just pick that up and take it away? Oh, no you don't. Oh, you were... you moved! Come on. Maybe we can poison the cocaine. You know, the presence of you guys shows that the level 1 security actually do get to come down here, which is kind of surprising. Everybody's just coming in and mean-mugging me. But watching these routines, watching who goes where and what clearances do what, it's a huge part of it. It's one of the only games where I truly do enjoy trial and error gameplay. But it's kind of starting to seem like this guy's just not gonna leave his post. Why couldn't they get the other sleepy guy from upstairs to do this? Since the gun worked so well the first time. Hey man, I heard something in that corner. Heard something in this corner. Come on. Come check it out, why don't ya? And garrote. Just out of sight, just inches out of sight. But that's our first target down. Now we're gonna grab you. And hide you in yonder crate. Super convenient. Almost like the level designers planned it this way. Goodbye. I am kind of curious though, and I'm gonna take a third save right here, perhaps wastefully. Just to see if I really could have poisoned the cocaine. Because it's... The cool thing about this game is that it's very replayable from that perspective, just seeing what different ways you can go about it. Find if something's easier. Well, you shot at us because we took it out, but it doesn't... I'm guessing we probably can do something, but not with the syringe, which makes sense. Maybe we can find, like, rat poison around or something to mix with it. But anyway, we have a date with the man upstairs. Well, literally, the man upstairs has a date with the man upstairs. Now we need to figure out how we're getting into this guy's quarters. I don't know if peeping through a keyhole gets their attention, but clearly they have the peripheral vision to be able to see what we're doing. Otherwise, there's our target, so we know he's in there. He clearly doesn't like me looking like that, telling me to get lost. But we should be fine for now. These guys are actually a bit more attentive than in other games. Like, when they're looking over their shoulder, that actually, like, means something, I think. They're not looking. Okay. So this is how you're supposed to do it. It's just a matter of doing it right. Howdy. Hi. Wait, maybe we are allowed to be here. We are allowed to be here, it's just they don't want us picking the lock. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. There you are. And now, we do what we do. And that's it for you. But eventually someone is going to find this body, and it'll be clearly a murder. So, one thing this game has as part of its core gameplay, we can make it look like an accident. And I believe we may actually get some additional scoring for this. Down you go. Ooh. I just saw something I didn't know about. We can actually use walkways to come down here, is that right? Okay, I may be hatching a plan. See, now what we need to do is make our escape. Both targets are down, no one suspects a thing, but we still have to leave via the plane. Normally you just go back to the beginning. I don't know why we're expected to do it this way on this mission, but that's a really difficult task in plain clothes, because you need security clearance to get down there. Have we maybe found a way to do it? Oh, there we are. The garage just kind of comes out this way. So we don't need any kind of clearance to be out here. I'm just gonna, while in uniform, go see what I can scout around the side. We do have one guy hanging out on the side here who could potentially spot us doing nefarious things. We could knock him out. We do have another sedative syringe. I guess you didn't see the body of your boss just kind of land here? That's good. We don't want you to be discovered for a while. I just want to make sure the coast is clear. Oh. We may not be able to come back up. Oh, come on. Oh, are you really not going to let me through? Wait, why is all this here then? I can't drop down? Why is all of this here then? It leads straight there. Let's reload a save and just see what's down there. This elevator takes forever. Down we go. Howdy. You're always going up and down. There is a guard here. Of course, there's no room behind this crate. If we could knock you out, that could potentially help us. We could push you in, but I don't know if that would ruin our rank. We can get up this way. Yeah, all I could find for a fix was somebody saying that VSync needs to be on, which it is. So, yeah, that doesn't work for me. Alright, I'll just do it without the suit. Hey man, can I hitch a ride with you? Here, I'll get the button for you. So, these new bosses, kinda slave drivers, huh? Well, anyway, nice conversation. I'll just be hitting the road then. That is so annoying. I would have had this if it weren't being stupid. But anyway, we are out. Goodbye. I literally spent like more than half of my time on this mission just trying to figure out how to leave. So, there we go. 2 kills. Not caught on camera, no witnesses, no bodies found, no nothing. In other words, we were professional. And we do still get the Silent Assassin rank, it's just we'll have to pay the suit retrieval fee. Alright? And look at this. This is really cool. So all of this contributes to our notoriety rating. Basically, the more obvious it is that a murder was committed, and more importantly that we did it, the more our notoriety rating will increase. And that actually carries through between levels. And it actually affects, like, guard alertness and the severity that they come down on you with. It's actually really, really awesome. We have in-game reason to keep a low profile. Right now, our notoriety is 0 out of 100 because I always do things Silent Assassin. And yeah, we just pay a $5,000 suit retrieval fee. But the $500,000 certainly helps soften the blow. And at the end, we can actually see a whole newspaper based on our performance. This is one of the coolest things about this game. Silent Assassin wanted by police. Fernando Delgado killed. Police suspect blood money is involved. Local police confirmed this morning that wine producer Fernando Delgado and son Manuel Delgado were found dead at the Colchagua Valley vineyard yesterday. Investigators suggest that some sort of strangulation device was used for the majority of the deaths. Possibly fiber wire. So the game is smart. I was actually thinking about saying something about that, but I guess it is. I think if we use the poison syringe, it won't know that it wasn't an accident, but it knows you were strangled because we did that. And it's actually clever. The police have stated that the lack of witnesses is making this an especially difficult case to investigate. Or you know what? There was also the son. We just strangled him and tossed him in a bin. So this all would have been discovered when they found him. Police have absolutely no clue of the killer's appearance, as nobody claims to have seen him or her. And then the rest is pretty much just stuff about, like, the victims themselves. Although it's kind of hard to call them victims.
We're sending you down to the other end of the state, 47. The target's a gangster by the name of Vinny Sinistra. He's in a witness protection program pending a court appearance later this month. Our client wants to be sure Sinistra doesn't make it to the witness box. Sinistra's also got some hard evidence that can't be allowed to see the light of day. Our client thinks it may be on a bit of microfilm. Ensure that you retrieve it. Sinistra is extremely unstable and hasn't taken well to suburban life. They're having a birthday party for the youngest child on Sunday, and this may give you the angle you need to get in. The house is being monitored and protected by the feds, so extreme discretion is required. Tread lightly, 47.
So, this is a mission that I have always loved. Because, first of all, it is a straight-up just gangland suburbia witness protection killing. And so, for the fact that it simply takes place in a suburban home, it's actually fairly complex, with a whole party happening. Actually, most of these levels take place during parties. And he is actively being surveyed by the FBI. So we pretty much have to come in and do this right under the government's nose. They're literally right there. And of course, then there's the moral ambiguity of the fact that, sure, this guy is by no means a good guy, but presumably we're doing this on behalf of the even worse people who don't want him to testify. So we need to eliminate Vinny Sinistra and retrieve the microfilm, which is concealed in a piece of jewelry. That will be on the neck of his trophy wife. So this time I'm not even going to bring the silver baller with me. Look at that, jogger on the street, sprinklers whirring, birds chirping. From the horror perspective, that is what I love about this level. It's the fact that it takes place in the most mundane setting possible, and our goal is to not disrupt it. So I actually remember a fair bit of how to do this one, and that's a good thing because this is actually fairly difficult. I mean, just about every level is easy when you know what to do. It's piecing together what to do that is the real heart of this. But I happen to remember that the police like donuts, and apparently that holds true for the FBI. So we are going to do one of these. And we do not even need the suit of the caterer. We're just gonna watch and wait. So much of this game is just lying in wait, and I'm telling you, I feel like such a snake every time. But it's also really, really cool when your plan gets executed to perfection. Actually, I think I just remembered something from waiting. I'm pretty sure if we check the map... Yeah, look at that. We can, like, Rainbow Six style, see where everybody is at all times. We can't necessarily tell who's who, but that's still extremely useful when you have nothing to do but wait and bide your time. Anyway, what's that? He's taking the donuts to the truck across the street. What's this? Look at that. It's the undercover spy van. Well, those are my donuts, so I'm going to go over here and collect. Oh, right, I forgot. Sometimes it'll split the screen and show you the results of what you're doing. What's the matter? Feeling a little lightheaded? Must be the air quality in there. Not good ventilation. I'm just going to continue walking. I don't think it matters, but I don't like the idea of the caterer seeing me on a smoke break. And look, every little detail of this matters, because I'm pretty sure... See, this says My Pets Clinic. They're running a vet out of their house. I'm pretty sure we can get some stuff from there. We got to look out for Mrs. O'Leary trimming her hedges. It is just so chock full of witnesses and complications. There's a birthday clown. In fact, I'm pretty sure one path involves disguising as said birthday clown, but we've got something better. Right here, we can suit up as an FBI agent, and we can, if we find the right spot, yes, steal the videotape that all their surveillance cameras are recording to. They got this place wired up, and there is no chance of us getting in and out without being seen on camera unless we strike the source. So this is going to be one of those times where we take a save, because that gets us into a pretty good position. And now we can go inside and see what's what. The government waving us right in. I believe, and this could be one of those misleading statistics, but I believe that no one has ever been killed in the U.S. Witness Protection Program that wasn't not following the rules. Everyone who did as they were told and followed all proper procedure has made it. But we're about to change history. Now, out here by the pool, we spot someone who is of interest. You're looking a little tipsy, but what's that around your neck? I don't know, honestly, if the game communicates this to you, but she is holding the microfilm that we need. And there is a way to eliminate her and still get Silent Assassin, and that's to go into the shed, get the lighter fluid, pour that on the grill, and she will torch herself. And that is absolutely a horrific way to go out. I don't feel like she deserves that. So over time, I have figured out a better way to do this. It is hard. It requires precision, but I think it's worth going for. We are going to very quickly sedate you. So many windows. So many witnesses. Oh, don't fall in the water. We're going to bring you over here. There's a costume over here we can grab. But I think leaving you in the sun, while certainly not safe, especially with you getting caught up on the door like this, is at least better than your other burning fate. And we can retrieve the necklace with microfilm. And head on back. Come on. Door closed. Oh no, it doesn't want to close with her here. Alright, drag. Drag her inside. There we go. She'll be fine. She'll be up in no time. Somebody will find her. There are so many opportunities for that one to go wrong. But now, it's time to expand our search. I've already shaved a lot of the time figuring out this mission would normally take, but that's, to me, the most difficult part out of the way. Oops. There's our target. We just caused him to glitch out a little bit. But he will go upstairs. Maybe we can follow him? I know what I usually do, and this isn't it.
I will die of boredom. Yes, actually die of it, Pana.
Oh, you guys just love to tempt fate, don't you? So what are you gonna do? You'll go in there, and your bodyguard will actually follow you. Unless you get distracted. In which case, this could be an opportunity. I mean, they just saw me come in here with them. You know what? No. This could work, but I get the feeling that your bodyguard will go in and see your body. We want no bodies discovered. We want Silent Assassin. Granted, we will be long gone by the time that happens.
My gun! Where'd it go?
You're carrying a big ol' gun on you. Wow, okay, so you're not quite as defenseless as you seem. I'm kind of surprised they let you carry a gun, honestly. Friggin' jumpy mobster, surrounded by FBI agents. What if somebody startles you in the night? How much protection do you really need? And the answer is more than you've got. So you'll come in here and sit down.
Never. A good day.
God, that is terrifying looking. Look at that guy on the screen. I think those are supposed to be glasses, but it looks like you got like bug eyes or something. I'm really disrupting this guy's schedule, however, can't help but notice that there is a closet back here, a closet that could potentially fit a man. Alright. The more I play this, like, I'm so used to having known what to do in this level for so long that I'm now realizing just how deep the trial and error goes here. Because what I need to do requires the stars to align, and we would have to know that this box right here sabotages the cable. Come on, I need for you to sit down for this to work, I think. You need to be actively watching TV. You'll have a seat on the couch back there so that your guy is always in sight. Now, one way we could do this is we could literally just go in the garage across the street and take the shot from here. I mean, you are in the window, but I ain't about that. Instead, I'm gonna look around for any witnesses. Oh, there's a guy right there, come on. Run along, you. Thank you. Oh, come on, clown, I don't need you! The clown saw! The clown saw! Ah, and I don't have the silver baller. Okay. We could always sedate the clown. Toss him in his own trunk. Corky the clown. I've never figured out what you do as him, even if he's just a red herring, even if there is no intended path. I love the fact that you can put on his suit. I'm not sure if it's makeup and all, maybe you just wear the nose. Doesn't matter, the point is you can clown up. Alright, here he is again. But now things are a little bit less convenient. We've got you, we've got the caterer. I don't know how long you stay, but hopefully everyone should move off in time. I don't think the clown's outside. The clown coming outside could actually complicate this. Come on, hurry up, buddy. Oh my god, I didn't mean to slow you down. Stop being all suspicious. You're going back? Alright, well, stop looking at me then. I'm just gonna have to do this behind your back. There we are. TV's out. And your buddy will have to come investigate. Which, with any luck, will be the opening we need. Hey, I can even slow you down by walking past you that way. I just hope you don't see me do this through the window. Now, I could just leave you here, but I want to be quick. I don't know how long it's going to take you to get that TV back on. That's our indicator of whether you're done. Open up. In here. Just coming back to find you strangled on the chair sends a great message. Our employers would probably actually love that. Instead, you're going to find no one here at all. I'm not even going to walk past you on the way out. That's the world of the silent assassin. Hey, caterer. Oh, where'd your buddy go? I'm telling you, man, you keep this guy alive until he makes it to the stand, there's a promotion in it for you. You could even become director. Or you could just sit right back down and continue watching TV, sure thing. Bunch of professionals in the FBI. Hey guys, thanks for holding my suit for me. I'll just take that back now. Thank you very much. And away we go. I've actually had it happen where the whole thing was blown in the end because the jogger saw me open those doors on the way out and saw the bodies and went and called everyone. That was an awkward Tuesday. But no one even knows anything's up and we are gone. Total kills 1. And it actually counts as an accident, which is kind of strange. We strangled him and stuffed him in a closet. How is that supposed to look like an accident? But anyway, no witnesses, silent assassin. Let's enjoy our pay. It's a bit less than the other one because there was only one target, but hey, 420 grand is 420 grand. Not bad for 10 minutes of work. Silent assassin wanted by police. Vinny Slugger Sinistra killed. Police suspect blood money is involved. The Valhalla Police Department confirmed this morning that prosecution witness Vinny Slugger Sinistra was found dead at his mansion. Mansion's a little strong, McMansion maybe, in the quiet suburb Del Mar yesterday afternoon. Investigators suggest that some sort of strangulation device was used for the majority of the deaths, possibly fiber wire. Police have stated that the lack of witnesses is making this an especially difficult case to investigate. Yeah, so it's pretty much the same cookie-cutter stuff every time you get Silent Assassin, but it is really cool to see them mix and match depending on how you did. But I always leave no trace, so I always get the same newspaper. Yeah, I really wish Past Me had unlocked all the levels. I must have lost them at some point in a computer change. But let's do Curtains Down. That is kind of a creepy setting one. Really, what I like about this is all these levels are fully explorable. It's not just learning the routines, it's kind of learning the locations as well, and there's a tremendous amount of detail put into them. This game actually looks great for a PS2 game.
Hello, 47. We've got some business at the Paris Opera. There are two targets, the famous tenor and Richard Delahunt, the American ambassador to the Vatican. Our client claims they're behind a prostitution ring trafficking in boys and girls from Eastern Europe. Tosca is still in rehearsal, so there's plenty of activity at the Opera House and you shouldn't be too conspicuous. Ambassador Delahunt watches most rehearsals from his box. He travels with an armed escort, but there shouldn't be any other security to speak of. You'll get some cover from the construction crews renovating the theater for the new season. We've also left you a pickup in the cloakroom. In the third act of Tosca, the tenor faces a firing squad. That scene may provide a useful opportunity. It's a straightforward assignment, 47, but the agency's been having some problems in Paris. Use extreme caution.
So we have extra motivation to be discreet. And also, these are some real bad people involved in trafficking of minors. So there's no moral ambiguity in this one, it's just a matter of how we get it done. But it seems like they pretty much told us how we get it done. Okay, no silver ball are needed once more. Let's just get started. The opera, high-class society. And a lot of missions are like this. There's a reason why most of these take place at big, extravagant parties or remote villas. These games have a certain style to them, a high class to them. Oh, you're leading me over here, I think. And so these games all sort of are drenched in the feeling of the art of murder, kind of making these kills seem like beautiful, well, actually, I believe the tagline for this game was beautiful execution. Alright, but let's retrieve what we were meant to get.
Here is your jacket, sir.
We've got our jacket. Oh, but I think the real prize is what's in the jacket.
Don't you want the jacket, sir?
No, just needed something from one of the pockets. I'll pick it up later.
Yep, that won't raise any alarm bells at all. But the thing is, it seems obvious to us, but there's no way they could connect it. I felt kind of bad that knowing as much as I did, the last level was really more of a tutorial than me actually playing. And this one is much the same, but I think the rest of this will more than make up for it, and it helps that we have pretty much been told exactly what to do here. I mean, if we're given an antique pistol, it would be a shame not to use it, right? Anyway, I'll be playing the role of you this evening. I mean, that's really what these games feel like, isn't it? Like immersive theater. You've got a part to play, and you've got to make sure you play it well. So now that we are disguised as a maintenance man... Ooh, look at that. We can take our toolbox, but we can also place an item in the toolbox. I don't know if we need that now, but that's useful. We now have license to carry around something that might not get through security checks otherwise. Down we go. And look at this. This is part of why this level always gave me the creeps. That one inconspicuous doorway is all that separates that beautiful, extravagant entryway from this dark, dusty old basement. And this is where you get the impression that this really is an old building with a lot of history. And I guess we're about to add to it. Old theaters, I think, are inherently creepy, especially backstage, especially at night. I mean, I've heard it said that every theater is haunted, and, well, you definitely get the impression here. Maybe the sort of creeped out feeling you get while being the predator like this is partly why they've hidden stuff like the ghost in Hitman contracts. Okay, we need to pick the lock on this door, but there's a whole lot of curious Kellys milling around. Maybe we can do it now. Hurry up, there we go. And we're through. Blink of an eye. Maybe they'll think we were a ghost. I can hear the performance going on upstairs. I don't know if that's the right way or not. Maybe we should follow the other maintenance guy? Oh wow, it's a convention down here. A lot of backstage work happening right now. That's, the wrong room, that's storage. This is really dark. Whole lot of flammable material. Maybe we could keep that in mind. Oh. Ah, looks like the scene is playing out upstairs. So that's what we need to interrupt. Thankfully it's a rehearsal, so they'll be going through it a bunch of times. A bunch of times, meaning until I disrupt it. I don't know what le type means, but it could be useful. Ah, the dressing rooms. Problem is, you're watching them. That's the stars room. Oh, I remember what to do. I remember what to do now. Yeah, those are the stage directions. This, I think, is the dressing room of the guy who shoots the star. So now we just kind of sit in here and lie in wait. Right now they're still both on the stage. Yep, the map actually has this room flagged as a point of interest. Alright, this will be a good place for a save. Oh wait, actually there may be something else we can do in the meantime. We may lose an opportunity because of this. And this would require clairvoyance. I'm 100% zooming through this way faster than you ever would in a normal play session. In fact, the first time you're certainly not expected to succeed at all. I think the next subsequent bunch of times you're not expected to get Silent Assassin. That's something you have to hone over a long, long period of getting familiar with the levels. Come close. But right up here in the pigeon-infested rafters, this is where the Phantom of the Opera makes his move by placing a friggin' mine on the chandelier winch. That's a surprise mask tool that'll help us later. Alright, now, they may be finishing up with the rehearsals, so we've got to get back to that dressing room really, really quickly. We might have actually cost ourselves some time by doing this. Let's go in here. Ah, your bodyguard is gone. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We don't need him. Our target goes into the other room. This guy in this one, we can't see him. But he's over there at the desk. preparing for the next rehearsal.
Dieu merci que ce n'est qu'un décor. Ça l'aurait explosé.
Listen to that. We can even hear our own breathing in the closet as he recites his lines. There is his prop gun, which is precisely what we need to replace. Now, here is a major ethical dilemma. Well, not a dilemma, because 47 is the type to do what he needs to anyway, but, you know, these may be some very bad targets, but it's not just the people who are killed that are victims of us. We are about to traumatize a whole lot of people, most of all this innocent actor. When we take his prop gun and put down the real World War I pistol. Now, if we wanted to leave right now, I actually don't know if there's somebody outside, so I'm going to go in here and use my clairvoyant abilities. Oh wow, you might actually be on your way back really quickly. You know what? No mind, because you're gonna leave with that pretty soon anyway. Yep, we would not have made it. You would have seen us exiting.
On dirait un vrai. Heureusement que ce ne l'est pas.
And I guess we're really lucky you didn't pull the trigger during your rehearsal there. And now, I think the best thing we can do is take our seat in the audience. Pay no attention to me, buddy. Let's go catch the show. And I'm not gonna lie, I made a save here because this is... I honestly don't even know how you would trial and error this out. I remember reading a guide in 2006, and that's how I know it. You keep that lens pointed away from me, buddy. But what's about to happen here is gonna look like nothing short of an act of God. Let's stand someplace where we'll be inconspicuous. Looks like they've got a tour group watching these things. It's a good thing this theater isn't crowded. There's really something creepy about the setting this all takes place in. Someplace so old and dark and eerie. But it's like Where the ghost that haunts this theater, Where the one that set all this in motion. But the idea that we're just watching the scene unfold, and the nondescript guy in the back, sitting in the shadows, is the only one who knows what's about to happen. The way this happens when you do it perfectly is only possible through clairvoyance. The lady sings, and I think the moment is about to arrive. And target down. The scene's still going forward. They don't even realize what's happened yet. But the longer this goes in, I imagine the more the concern starts to creep in. And the guards are starting to realize something's up. Oh no, my buddy? And let's just... You don't be too close, first of all, and we need to be prepared. Just holding the detonator behind our back. You trip. And that is... fatal. So many stars have to align for this to happen the way it does. But align they did. All following the script perfectly. That's the magic of theater. And that's the magic of Hitman. Every level is like this, even if this is the only theater. It's all about just doing this over and over, experiencing all the different ways this can play out, until you find just the right thing. It's almost like you're the director. And the lead actor. There we go. 2 kills, both counting as accidents. It says 1 witness. I don't know how that's possible. But anyway, we still get our full payout. Professional wanted by police. Let's see how the newspaper changes. Confirmed this morning that world-famous tenor Alvaro Del Vade and U.S. Embassy Secretary Richard Del Hunt were killed at the famous Garnier Opera House yesterday. Paris police are at the moment questioning a witness that escaped the scene alive. The police have absolutely no clue of the killer's appearance, as nobody claims to have seen him or who. Screw you! Okay, out of all these, I only didn't remember how to do the first one. So let's do another one that I don't remember, something more challenging to close this out. You better watch out. I remember what the level looks like, but that's all.
Hello, 47. Your next assignment's in the Rocky Mountains. Senator Bingham is being blackmailed by pornography tycoon Lorne de Havilland, who has a compromising video of the senator's son, Chad. The video shows Chad playing a little too rough with a nightclub dancer during a creative sexual tryst at one of de Havilland's adult nightclubs. The girl didn't survive the encounter. Senator Bingham's involved in a tight re-election campaign. The video could cost him the election. So could any future misbehavior by his son. Our client wants Haviland and Chad taken out. He also wants the videotape. The client's arranged for Chad to attend de Haviland's annual tax day party at the porn tycoon's mountain estate. We've got a recent photo of Chad, but de Havilland is camera shy, and the most recent picture we could get our hands on is 10 years old. This won't be easy, 47. The property isn't heavily guarded, but there'll be heavy security on the premises.
That's interesting. The perpetrator that led to this in the first place and the blackmailer. The blackmailer makes sense, but the fact that we're going after the senator's son, and she specifies that any future misbehavior could also be a problem? I'm thinking that maybe dear old dad put out the hit. I'm not going to complain, though. I'm going to bring the silver baller because I don't know what this mission entails. But here we are. Arriving on a yacht, a snowy cliffside getaway. Even the guards are wearing Santa hats. Alright, now how are we doing this? Are we allowed to come this way? I mean, presumably we have an invite to this party, right? Like, the agency can arrange that. Still, I feel very, very watched. First things first, on any one of these maps is always to get yourself a guard suit. That usually gets you access to the most areas. Oh, but wait. We're already on camera by walking here. Hang on, wait. Is there another way to do this? Hang on, wait. I just saw in that load screen, I hadn't noticed it before, there's a question mark. There's potentially another issue here. Part of the plot of this game, and even after, what, like 19 years of playing this game? Wow. I still don't know what the story is. I have always skipped the cutscenes. Which isn't to say it's bad or anything, I've just always skipped the cutscenes. But I think part of the plot is that in the later missions, some of them have another assassin that has been sent to take you out, to disrupt your mission. There's a camera right there, too. And we've been picked up. So one way or the other, we're going to have to retrieve that. I don't know why I just restarted, since one way or another, we're going to have to retrieve that. Seems like there's actually no way in without getting picked up. Although, actually, we kind of came in under the camera on that one. I don't know if it always counts if that view is activated, but it didn't look like it saw us. What are you looking at? You look like your name would be Chad Bingham. Anyway, here we are at the party.
Sir, and welcome.
Evening and welcome to you too. Just mingling with the other guests so far.
You have to have the VIP heart to get in.
The VIP heart. Ah, these little electronic pins that this guy's wearing. Presumably a security uniform will also get us in, maybe only a red one. When there's 2 tiers of security, usually there's like one that can access
handsome.
public areas. Okay, we'll keep you in mind for later. Oh. And I believe that is one of our targets. Ooh, Brain Blast, I just had a memory. You can actually kill this guy straight away, I think, by just shooting out the bottom of this glass jacuzzi from below. Fortunately, that will result in a lot of collateral damage, so we're not going to do that. We've got to look around some more. Are we allowed back here? I don't think we are. Our suspicion meter just raised. These guys are just like party goers, so they're not going to do anything about it. But no, I don't think we're supposed to be here. They would probably count as witnesses then. Howdy, folks. Now I'm just running through and seeing what's what. Oh. Are these the private rooms?
Men are so easy.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! You're the assassin! You'll lure us in! Okay, well, Oh, look at that! You've already killed and replaced someone else. Is that really necessary? Also, I'm stuck back here now. So I guess that... Oh, there we go. That necessitates a reload anyway. I've always associated that sound with restarting a level in this, just because, like, years and years ago, NerdCube did a Let's Play, and he would kind of sound that out every time he restarted the first level, and the cutscene was a plane coming in. You know, I'm actually not sure whether we get bonus points for eliminating the competing assassin. Oh, these poor girls, they're freezing out here. But I guess that's the job. I think we can gather that there's probably a lot of coercion involved in that position. So what do we do from here?
This'll give you the extra oomph you'll need to make the most of your time at the grotto, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean. Oh. Aphrodisiac, okay. It's partly coming back to me what I do with this. But we need to figure out how to get one of those guard uniforms. We can come back here, but upstairs and through here are staff only. Look at that, Santa's just kind of stumbling around. And that's Santa's bodyguard, I guess? Okay, just slipped in without that guard noticing. I'm just trying to figure out what's where at this stage. Oh, we can get even more from right here. I don't think I'm looking to load up, though. Here's a kitchen with a hot dog on the table. I remember. Okay, it's coming back to me, and I'm not going to be shy about this. I'm not going to pretend not to know things, because this is going to save me a lot of time. Okay, well, sedate that hot dog and take it. I have a vague memory of what this is used for. Hello. Hello, I can see through this. There's a secret passage behind the waterfall. There's always something behind the waterfalls in games. Okay. If I can... state you. Nobody's looking. Look at you. Being an introvert does not pay off. Okay, you guys just run around the corner and shoot me. But that's probably what that's for. It might actually be easier to get a guard uniform from here. That camera just picked me up. Let's not worry about it. You're here in the security booth. Will you ever look away? Maybe if you go to get a drink. And gotcha. Problem is, we've really got nowhere to put you, and there was another guy that goes out there. I really, really wish we could put you in this closet right here. Fortunately, we cannot. So this must be how we disable the lasers. Alright. Let's suit up as Christmas guard. What have you got in the crate over here? Just a couple of guns? Let's turn off the laser sensor. Alright, well, now what we've done does sort of necessitate stealing the tape, so we gotta find out where that is, and I don't see a rack in here. But we should have access to just about everywhere now. And this employee elevator. Staff floor. Okay, maybe we'll find the security tapes here? Oh no, somebody else will enter the booth. Well, that throws a wrench in things. Oh, this is a crazy plan. Traveling with a body is always insane. But we've got to try it, I think. So let's suit up. Turn this off. I don't know if it's temporary or not. Come on, drag you. You probably don't have a ton of time. No, come on. Take you through the door. It tends to auto-drop you sometimes if your shoulder gets caught up. Right this way, sir. And now we're good. Now, I'm gonna make a save here because I have no idea if somebody will see you around the corner like this. We may have to take you into the elevator. I don't know if anyone uses it. Time will tell. Now, what goes on the staff floor? There's another one of those breakable boxes out there. Staff room. A wine closet. Look at this. There's even like coffee stains on the table. This game is insanely detailed. Like, the graphics are incredibly good for the time period this came out in. Showers. And showers means clothes. Ooh, we can suit up as a waiter. We can suit up as a waiter. Meaning we get access to people's drinks. Could break the utility box. The utility box for what? Now that I have this costume, I'm just gonna spend my time, I guess, kind of sneaking around, like we can do along this edge. Honestly, your first few runs of a level are basically disposable, as you just try to piece out what the different elements at play are. Yep, see, this is a horror video. There was a huge swarm of spooky bats flying out of a cave. Honestly, if it had been bats instead of pigeons in the top of the theater, I would have about lost it. But anyway. There's also bare and concrete. We should be permitted upstairs, right? No, it's you. No, we're back to here, so we're just back up to the regular party floor. I'm not sure if we get something for eliminating you.
Men are so
We sure are.
easy.
Oh no, I left a magazine. Well, we've already committed one murder on our way to our next two murders. we should be able to enter the VIP area with no problem now. Yep, we are unnoticed. Look at this, walking out in a public party moments after we just shot someone to death. Tell you what, are we allowed to go back here?
No trespassing, fella. Get out of here.
Oh, the guards in black are actually below the Christmas ones. I guess that makes sense. Christmas is like the public facing. There's a bathroom back here. Look at that. Actually working mirrors. I spent so much time stressing about how to get this. I assumed it was the best because it was colorful. I might be a prey animal. Alright, well, since we have the ability and I see you there, what happens if we decide to check out the upstairs staff-only area? Ooh. There's the tape player. We need it. You'll leave. I'd like to sedate you, but I think we still need the sedative for that sausage, and then we'll have none. That door's unlocked now. Look at that, the coin is merging with my thumb. I don't know if that's a frame rate thing. I know some things get screwed with frame rate. They're just like waiting for me to throw it. Yeah. There's a walkway up here that goes to some staff areas. There's so many stairs in this place. Right, so what's up these stairs here? Remember, I had to pick the lock to get in, so my clearance might not work. If I could get one of your uniforms, that would be ideal. But you don't seem to mind me being here. Oh, it looks like we're in the middle of a shoot as we speak.
Hey, you got no business here. What the hell?
Sure I do. I mean, I could try sedating you for your suit. That would give us access to the upper level. We can hide you in the stairwell, which we've already unlocked. Why is it easier to open this door than it is to grab that tape out of the player? Alright, up you go. Just kind of leave you on the landing so that you don't wake up too uncomfortable. And that is mine, thank you. Just gotta wait for you to leave so we can grab the tape. Yep, never mind what happened to your buddy. I'm obviously him. You're gone. Tape is mine. I think saving here would be a safe bet, but actually not really, because now we don't have any sedative left to use on the sausage, right? Anyways, now that we're on the set, we can start looking around this upper level. A graveyard scene. I wonder if we can push somebody into here. May require a bit of extra planning, but it seems likely. Like, why else would something so thematically relevant be here? And he is an old man on death's door. Is that him? Hey, doggy. Hi. Yeah, you're who the sausages were. I think that was the target. And these are his quarters. Okay. I don't know if we're supposed to be in here or not, but maybe we can wait around for him to come back. Your dog's freaking out. Your dog follows you. I am allowed to be here. You've seen me here. So come on in. Close the... Oh, come on. So here's the reason why I'm so annoyed by this. Apparently the dog counts as a witness. I am not kidding. If the dog sees you carry out this murder, you lose. We can push him. We can do it. But we gotta separate him from the dog. This is... Oh, the door! The dog can open doors! Yeah, no, we can't do it without the sedative. We need to go back to a much earlier square. What happens if we suit up as the waiter? You're aware of our presence, but you don't see us taking this. Okay, you're raising your hands to wash your hair, not raising your hands in fright. Okay, that gives us access to back here, where we can grab this. We don't need to talk to the bartender, but I think we do want to talk to the bartender, right? There's the one you grabbed from me, just sitting on the floor right there. Can I talk to you? No.
Aren't you the deadly earnest one? Does the entertainment fail to meet your standards?
Sure thing, Santa. You know, maybe if you had spread more Christmas cheer around here, I wouldn't have to do all this. Anyways, can we talk?
That Santa's been hitting the sauce pretty hard. Got a bottle of port in the kitchen. I hate a drunken Santa.
Not in the mood, bitch.
I see he hasn't changed his ways any. We can't talk to you or do anything. Oh wait, we can add aphrodisiac to this. Put that in.
If there's any left, it's in the kitchen. Go easy on it, would you?
Okay, but are you not going to take this to him? You're bringing it out. Okay, I see now. I thought I had to, like, poison something in the back. But by putting that in there, you'll give it to him. Do you hear that wind out there? Wow. Okay, but they're going to retire. Hang on, wait. I'm now going to save. You take a sip. You're away. Now, what's gonna happen now that we've fed you that?
Let's have a little fun down at the grotto.
You got it, babe. Let's do it.
And away they both go. And we can follow you in. Or I can try and separate you. I think that's a good question. What am I gonna do about her? Maybe I can increase the gap between them if I just keep interrupting his walk. He'll be away from prying eyes. That's good, right? Wait. In which room did I leave the other body? Well, she's not dead yet in this save. I could do it right here, right now. Don't mind me. Which room are you heading toward? I've delayed you so many times that we should have a head start. Yeah, never mind this creepy waiter. There she is. She just spotted her target. Oh man, there's so many people here. Oh, I'm sorry, did I ruin it for you? Good. You'll just go down there. Okay, well, hang on. You're making this a lot easier for me. Alright, drag body. Ruining the moment actually got me closer to my goal. Okay, bring you in here. Hope nobody else decides to use this room. Oh, I don't like that angle. Stuff you behind the bed. And that's right. Now we just have to worry about the other buddy. And you.
Men are so easy.
And she screamed. So this whole thing is screwed. You know what? I think I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Oh. Look at that! We can go into first person! I'd completely forgotten about that. Okay, that's probably really useful for aiming. Okay, I feel like this guy wouldn't be here unless there was some kind of reason. So I'm just gonna use the map to figure out where people will be. Should have some time. Get him. Come on, let me drag the body. Let me drag the body, let me interact with it in any way, please. There we go. Through here, please. Oh, come on. This is not working right. Through here. Thank you, sir. Suit photographer. Hello, you probably have access to upstairs. You don't have a heart. But that probably doesn't matter. You also... You're also not going to have access to the staff areas, though. Let's try this in first person. We can even avoid you ever getting to your speech. There we go. Once again, clairvoyance. But it's all we need. Let's just get you out of the way of the door, lest someone see you while we're opening it. Look at that, you leave a bloodstain when we drag you and everything. Yes, first person definitely made that a lot easier. Wait, what are you doing? We could syringe you, but that makes the mission unwinnable. You'll still count as a witness, it'll still be a body found, and we have no additional syringe. Fancy elevator, huh. And we can even climb on top of it. Helipad and studio, so there's even still a level above this. But now we're here, and I think I know just what to do. Still, we are the photographer. I wonder if we can actually, I don't know, sort of crash this party a little bit? It seems like there's another photographer already here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we get to pursue our dream, or else there's another more roundabout way of doing it. Back here is just guard rooms. This is where we... I'm not allowed to come back here. I need a different uniform. Looks like the target's on the balcony. Ooh, wait. You'll just walk away. Well, that certainly makes things convenient. You left the door unattended, thus providing me ample opportunity to sneak on in. I always used to call this game Sneak King. You remember it was one of those free Burger King games that used to come with your, like, Burger King equivalent Happy Meals? You have, like, the exact same animation. It's so funny, and I've never been able to not see it since I started seeing it that way. So there you go. You're leaving. But next time you come back, which shouldn't take too long, the sausage of sleepiness will be on the ground, and the dog will probably want to bite. There we go. And if all goes well, all will go well. I feel like if you're going to not have a blip on the map, you shouldn't count as a witness. Oh, but there we go. Doggy's eating up. Doggy's having a little bit of a fit and running off. Is that not working right? There you are. Doggy not in tow. Maybe it did pass out. Yep. Later, Hef. And everyone else is none the wiser. You hear that wind out there. It is absolutely crazy. Is it the apocalypse? Anyway, nobody currently on the door. Which means we've got to go.
Get out of here, buddy, or there's gonna be trouble.
Yep, you don't have to pay me any mind. I'm not reloading for that. Look, we come downstairs. Just having to sneak back here. It should be possible to pick this lock. And then immediately move away. Doesn't matter how it got unlocked, right? You know, people always make fun of 47's appearance, but a big part of it is just how nondescript he is. And I think it's so creepy how, like, nobody will be able to pick him out of the crowd, even if they did see something suspicious. But, like, when people tell these stories, investigators will never ever be able to get the impression that we were multiple characters in this night. We were the waiter, the photographer, sometimes a security guard, and other times just another party guest. Alright, I'm going to take a save right here. It's always at these pivotal moments where you need to do this. The thing is, I don't want them entering a room together. There we go. You really got to get it down to a science, don't you? The issue I have now is with this guy here. I think... How many saves do we have left? I've used 4. I'm fine with going to 5. After all, this is the home stretch. They're coming out. This guy is our biggest problem right now. You're both leaving. Come on, turn around. There we go. The other guy's probably coming back. So let's drag you. Right into here, come on. Quickly now. Very quickly now. And we're good. There are 3 bodies in these rooms. But we are good, and the waiter absconds just in time. I actually just went online just to see, like, guys, seriously, how do you get this tape? And someone mentioned they will react to you turning off the light.
You! Turn those lights back on now!
Why don't you go do it? After all, you're getting paid a fortune to be here, I bet. Oh no, you're just gonna breathe down my neck instead? Instead of either of us solving the problem, you're just gonna do this for the sake of your pride. Alright, lights out. There we go. Alright. We should now be good to go. I've been playing this game for so friggin' long, I forgot you need to do this. We have to steal this tape back from them, but unfortunately it is under guard. Maybe if we try the light trick here, we can do the same. Alright, you seem to be taking the bait. Go on. And you didn't see a thing. Okay, so that's 2 annoying tapes, but look at that. I actually never knew that guards responded to lights, so I learned something about this game that even in all this time I didn't know about. Now we just have to make one quick little stop at what has apparently become our secret little murder bat cave for the night. And let's be very careful to make sure that nobody sees us on the way out either. Don't want any guards spotting us back here where we don't belong. You guys don't care because you're just party goers. Yep. We got a little bit of suspicion at the end there, but that should go down fairly quickly. And isn't that soundtrack just perfect for making our clean getaway? There should be absolutely nothing standing in our way now. We've got both targets. We eliminated the assassin, although it's going to be a bit of a messy one when we leave. There's nothing tying it back to us, but she is in there with a big bullet in her head, and she has her own murder victim. But we've got both tapes. Not even the dog is a witness. It's going to be a really baffling scene, but one which we can come away from clean. Alright. 2 kills? 1 shot fired, 1 accident. Okay, well I guess the accident counts separately. No bodies found, just 1 headshot. We weren't caught on camera, no witnesses. Hitman! What?! Blah blah blah. The other victim was an innocent bystander who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Investigators report that a shot was fired, and it was probably the one that killed the victim. No gunshots were heard by witnesses, indicating that a silenced weapon was used. This strengthens the theory that this was a professional hit. Okay. Yeah, it's counting things stupidly. Okay, this is beyond dumb. I just went on the wiki, and it says that the only time she's counted as an optional target is after the cutscene triggers. So, because we shot her before then, before she had the chance to attack us, she's just counted as a civilian, and it lowers our rating. Alright, so for all intents and purposes, I did get Silent Assassin, and that's just the way of this. Like, that last one was a lot of reloading because I had only the vaguest memory of what to do there. But every level is like this. There's a decent number of them, and you're meant to really spend your time on all of them. There's multiple ways to get it done, but usually only 1 or 2 perfect ways. And so you'll probably beat a mission long before you're actually finished with it, and that's the beauty of the game design here. It's simple and yet complex in each representation, and there is so much potential for replayability. And like any murder mystery, it's so procedural that you really could just keep milking this concept forever. You could make any number of levels for a Hitman game, and the story hardly matters. In fact, I believe that's what they've done with the most recent 3. I haven't played very much of them besides the first one, but it seems like they've just taken everything that was good about Blood Money and really taken that to heart. Although, from what I have played, I do still think that Blood Money is the tightest of the bunch and the one with the best style. So here we are at our hideout where we can test all of our new weapons and upgrades, the wall where each of our unlockables will appear. But of course, I only need a few. Some of them are fun to customize to an absurd extent, and these things actually can have, like, a lot of attachments. I honestly don't know what they think we're going to be doing with these things, but it actually does sort of support the rampage, kill everything playstyle. And I guess I can't fault it for having the option. It just means that, well, it's another way to add replayability to missions, or a way to vent your frustrations when you can't figure them out. But anyway, I am enjoying the heck out of this, and hey, I do own the new trilogy, so maybe I'll have to try that out at some point. In that case, I'll be going in completely blind. I've just always loved getting to explore all these complex and detailed environments. So many of them are so eerie. And even though you're on a mission most of the time, it really forces you to engage with those and spend some time in them. Not just because you're looking around for every opportunity you can find, but also because you spend so much time just lying in wait, crouched in the darkness or in a closet waiting for your target of opportunity to arrive, having learned their schedule, knowing just what they're going to be doing and just when their back is going to be turned. And it's in those moments that I get that same feeling I get when I'm in like an abandoned building exploring or something and I hear someone coming, when I'm hiding in a corner just waiting for them to pass or looking out a window knowing they're there. But I don't know, I don't know if people relate to this, but I get creeped out for some reason when I'm the looming shadow. And oddly enough, I actually get more creeped out the better laid my plans actually are. Maybe I will have to try out some of the newer games at some point. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.